the last few weeks. There was times in this game when it seemed like maybe Frank would look down at one of the bigs and say, maybe we're going to veer off path here. How important was it to kind of stick to something as a group? And I guess, does it feel like maybe there's an identity to be found in kind of the way you guys have been playing here over the stretch?
Well, I mean, we've been playing good basketball as of late. Even with some of the losses that we had, we were still treading in the right direction. And I believe we continue to do that tonight. We continue to tread in the right direction. Obviously, giving up 20 offensive rebounds is a lot, a whole hell of a lot, and we have to do a better job of that. But we did a good job of, we only gave a 1 point per offensive rebound, which is really good. They had 20 second chance points off 20 offensive rebounds. So we were at least making an effort to get back out when they were getting their rebounds or for the most part, getting stops. So that's good.
I mean, I'll keep going if sure. Yeah, no. I mean, I think one of the things there was Naz Reid. First three quarters, I think, he had all 23 of his points. You kind of switched out on him in the fourth. Is that going to be something that is just kind of a pick a time, because you're also doing so much on offense right now? Are you going to be able, on a nightly basis, until AD gets back, to take on those kinds of defensive challenges while also doing what you're doing on offense?
I believe so. Obviously, that has always been like part of my objective, I guess, or part of who I am as a basketball player, to be able to take on matchups that helps our ball club. And we were extremely balanced offensively tonight. We got obviously a huge push from Melo off the bench, but Leak has been amazing since he's been back from protocol and been in the starting lineup. Avery was great with the shooting ability, also his back cuts, and he was spectacular from offensive end. So it gave me an opportunity to, even with some of the scoring I was doing, I was still able to focus more on the defensive side tonight and just take the challenge, which I was able to do late in the game.
LeBron, Russ has told us time and again that, turnovers, will be part of his game, and that his game isn't predicated on makes and misses. But what did you see from him tonight when, obviously the turnovers are high, some of the other stats we're used to from him aren't there? What other ways was he impacting the game that you saw that aren't on that sheet of paper?
Just his presence, obviously. His presence on the floor helps us. Obviously, he was kicking himself a lot tonight with his turnover, especially in the first half. Cleaned up in the second half. He only had 2 in the second half, and it resulted in us being able to get shots. When we get shots, we're a really good team, which has really hurt us this year is when we turn the ball over a lot. And we're not able to set our defense, where we're really good in the half court, and teams run out on us. So us being able to take care of the ball in the second half was key to us getting this win tonight. And the ball is in his hands a lot, and the ball in my hands. The ball's in my hands a lot. So, it starts with us, too, being able to just take care of the ball in the second half. We did that.
Brian, what's impressed you the most about the evolution of your friend Carmelo Anthony being someone that's coming off the bench after these 19 years of being this great player that started?
He's just have a sense of, I guess, he just know who he is. He is not trying to be anything that others may think he should be, or how he viewed himself in the past. He's a true definition of an in-the-moment person. And he just has a sense of calm and just like, this is who I am and this is how it's going to go, aura about him. And it's a breath of fresh air to be around every day. This guy never gets too high, never gets too low, or he's never going to show you that, even if he does. But he just knows what he means to this ball club. He knows what he means to this game at this point in his career, and he's accepted who he is, and he's still great at it. And I'm happy to say that I finally get an opportunity to team up with him for a full season, if you take away the Olympics.
LeBron, you guys had a nine-man rotation tonight, and basically half the guys when you started the year were either not on the team, not in the league, or hurt. What's it been like to have to adapt to different lineups? And is that adaptability something that could be a strength as you guys move forward because you've picked it up?
Well, I've always talked about, you guys asked me about, okay, how can we ever judge this team? I said, well, we don't have enough log minutes. We don't have enough bodies. We don't know what we want to become. Over the last few games, if you take away the Memphis game when we started Dwight, we've had the same starting lineup. That helps one. We're starting to get a sense of identity of that group on the floor. And then with Taylor coming in as the first sub, and then Melo coming in, and then Austin coming in, we have a good sense, and now Trev is now back. We have a good sense of how the rotation is going to be. Guys know when they're coming in, guys know when they're coming out. So that helps. Obviously, every game is going to have its own challenges and things of that nature depending on who we're playing. But as of late, we've been able to have that same kind of, rotation, that same log minutes with guys out on the floor. And that it just builds chemistry and it builds things that you can't really simulate unless it's actually happening in real time. So I think that's helped our ball club.
LeBron, the last couple years of Avery's career, both his stints with the Lakers kind of really stand out in terms of his efficiency and how he's helped you guys win. I'm wondering what has he done here that makes him blend so well, and how much is tied to the chemistry you two have, which seemed to kind of stand out late in this game?
Well, what he built his hat on his whole career is the defensive side of the ball, and that's what we are as a group. That's what Coach Vogel is. That's what our team hang our hats on. So it's an immediate fit. That's one. And he doesn't do anything that he's not capable of doing. He knows exactly, how to make his mark on an offensive end around guys that handle the ball, guys that attract a lot of double teams, guys that attract a lot of eyes. He knows how to be effective on the offensive end. And like you said, over the stints that we've had him in a uniform, he's been extremely well, played extremely well for us. And, when he's on the floor, he just makes plays, on both sides of the floor.
Last question, Cooper.
Hey, LeBron. You spoke to building chemistry in these lineups with you at the 5. What do you think you can carry over from that when AD gets healthy?
That's only time will tell, to be honest. AD is a easy puzzle piece to fit in, so I'm not quite worried about what we do when AD comes back. You place AD on the floor, AD is a top 5, top 10 player in our league, so we become a better team right away. The good thing that Coach Vogel and the coaching staff know, and that we know we have lineups where that's very good. He knows that he can go to